welcome to Simproved, Rai speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. And yes, Halloween is very soon upon us, and therefore we are doing lots and lots of horror-inspired builds. And for those viewers who are a little bit longer my subscribers, they might know or still remember that there is a project on my channel which is basically that we want to turn San Myshuno into a dark urban metropolis city, basically inspired by maybe Gotham and other Sin City-like cities. So there are like lots and lots of references that we can use, of course, in the pop culture and in movies and all that stuff. So I am building here on the spice market, and it looks a little bit more like Gotham in my opinion. So therefore I'm going with a more industrial Art Deco look. And also I'm going to build Frankenstein's laboratory. So this is going to be a residential lot / karaoke bar and a nightclub. So you can turn it into all of those three things and it will work fine in your game. And I came up with that idea because I needed something that looks more like a factory again, because we already did the factory nightclub that you can see on the left side of this house. And that one was also inspired by Gotham, because I thought maybe it's like a mob boss turning it into a nightclub, and he is like having like a really nice lounge area upstairs, and downstairs more like an industrial alternative club or something. And here we are going to do, of course, another factory, but it's inspired by the, I hope I don't say that wrong, ACE chemicals or ACE chemicals. That is also from Gotham or like from the Batman universe in general. And it's also like a chemical plant or like factory. I don't know how to describe it actually. But this is basically inspired by this, the ACE chemicals. And therefore I'm going to use a factory style that has been transformed also into a nightclub / laboratory, of course, for Dr. Frankenstein. And I thought it would be really cool to have like at least some towers, because in lots and lots of these Frankenstein laboratories or movies, I mean there are lots and lots of movies and like TV show references and everything. And it's a very popular Mary Shelley, I would say, novel. And therefore I had lots and lots of references that I could choose. So the basic exterior was I need 3 towers at least, or to have these Tesla coils on them, because Dr. Frankenstein usually, of course, uses lots and lots of electricity to revive his monster or his monsters. And I thought we needed something like this, so I thought maybe it looks a little bit weird first, like a little castle of some sorts, but I actually liked it. That it looks so monumental and kind of weird, so it has this very comic looking vibe. And also while I was building, this kind of also reminds me a little bit of Oz, or like the Wizard of Oz. So maybe in the future build, when I will do maybe the castle of the Wizard of Oz or something, I could, still use this build as a reference, so that's also cool. But yeah, I thought we are going with the theme of green, neon green acid or chemicals that spills everywhere. This is like a common trope that I found like in lots and lots of laboratory or crazy scientist reference pictures, I guess, or artwork. I made you guess on Twitter what this kind of build is, just to see if it's like looking like a laboratory or something like this. And lots of you came up with the ACE chemicals, which is really, really cool that you could see that kind of the reference. And also like from lots and lots of other movies or video games. So some told me that it looks a little bit like the undead city in World of Warcraft, which is of course nice. I personally also looked at reference artwork from League of Legends, because there's this Hextech, I guess it's called, city, and it looks kind of like this. There's like lots and lots of artwork from that. So it's like a trope with a dark Victorian steampunk vibe used with these neon green or green lights to make it look a little bit more like not so healthy. And I really like that idea. So I haven't seen like anybody use this neon green, so I wanted to do this, especially since we used the red theme and like black and red theme on the factory nightclub next to it. So I thought it's like a nice difference having them two next to each other, kinda. It was a little bit tricky to come up with a nice layout that looks like kind of a factory, but also kind of like a laboratory, like really comic-esque, almost ridiculous looking exterior. And yeah, that's something that was of course inspired by all the comic books and cartoons and lots of things like that. I thought it would be really cool and suiting for the whole game, because the game kind of has of course this cartoonish vibe, so I wanted to transform this here into our San Myshuno as well, so it really fits the whole gameplay and the whole game style, I guess. And it was lots and lots of time to decorate it, because I used lots and lots of these pipes, I used lots and lots of columns, windows, I don't know, like clocks and all these technical looking things that came with the Get to Work pack or with the City Living pack. So these kinds of stuff I used like heavily throughout the build to make it look as industrial as possible. And I really hope that you like it, that you can see that it's like supposed to be a factory, of course. And then I, of course, first envisioned I needed something that looks like acid or something, chemical fluids kind of dropping and oozing out of every little corner of this house. And then I wanted to have these pools and made them green as well. So it looks as if it's like, yeah, oozing out of this house or flowing out of this house, the chemicals. So it's kind of course, lots and lots of environment violations going on here, but I thought it's also like this very comic-esque San Myshuno, or like the thing that I wanted to do with our Dark San Myshuno world. And oh, by the way, of course, we still haven't settled for a name for our Dark San Myshuno world. I'm just calling it Dark San Myshuno so far. But you guys have sent in so many cool name requests, and I guess like I have it on paper. It's yeah, I counted 62 different name calls for this project, and I will do a little sort out for a vote, of course, guys. So there will be a link in the comments down below. You can click it and then you can vote for the name of our dark Gotham-inspired vampire city. So you are still, of course, a big part of this huge project. So we are going to do like the same with our Willow Creek campus, that we do like Willow Creek into a campus and we build this together. So this is the same, we build kind of the San Myshuno together. You guys tell me what I have to build next. Of course, you can always put that in the comments down below. And now I want you guys to vote on your most favorite name for our Dark San Myshuno world. And there are like so many cool suggestions that I just love it. I just hope that you pick like a really nice one that I personally can pronounce as a dumb German girl. But yeah, I just let you guys choose. I'm not saying, of course, which one are my favorites. So you are kind of, you know, like a blank canvas and you can like just vote for yourself. So please, please, use the vote link down below, and you have of course a vote for all the names, and then the most voted one of course wins, and that's like the name for our Dark San Myshuno world. So yeah, the interior, of course. So it's supposed to be like the whole city I'm going to build for the night, of course. I'm not sure if it's possible to set The Sims 4 only to night, which would be so cool that we never have like day in our San Myshuno. Maybe there's a mod for it. If there is, please let me know so I can test this out. But basically all my builds will be for the night, because I'm like playing all around with lots and lots of colored lights and indirect lighting, and I really wanted it to look really creepy, have this greenish glow everywhere because of the chemicals that maybe Dr. Frankenstein uses to revive his patients. Well, patients, I put that in quotes here. But I also had like a cool backstory while I was building this. So first I thought maybe Dr. Frankenstein is a werewolf and he's experimenting on vampires, because we have vampires in the game so far. Then I thought maybe he's an alien, because we also have aliens in the game so far. So then at the end I came up with the idea, maybe he's an alien, he's very young and male, and he's very good looking, because, you know, the aliens can put themselves into a human disguise in the game. And he needs, of course, lots of people to experiment on, like humans or other vampires. I don't know, I like the whole story is not very flexed out so far. But this is what I came up with. So he also has a nightclub like in his laboratory. So at day he uses this as a laboratory, and then at night it's like a night karaoke club, something like this, because I really wanted to have like the spice market to have these factory nightclub bar lounges kind of for the not so sophisticated Sims maybe, because you know we have lots and lots of penthouses, and those are of course more reserved for the elite vampire Sims or something like this, who are a little bit richer and more sophisticated. So I wanted to experiment here with lots and lots of other objects that I'm going to use in the penthouses, of course. So yeah, so there is of course a bar, there is a DJ booth, dance floors, lots and lots of pipes and electrical things I also used to get to work. A robot build thing, I can't remember how it's called, like directly in the game, but it's this cool thing with the little robot that helps you and looks a little bit like these spheres or balls from Portal. I guess they were called spheres. But yeah, and I really like that. It's like one of my favorite objects in the game, because your scientists or like the Sims can talk to this little robot that helps you build stuff. And I thought, of course, my Dr. Frankenstein has something like this. Also, of course, there are 3 floors. So the second floor is like a little gallery that can look down to the main dance floor. And I thought it's also maybe makes sense because there are maybe the Tesla coils like coming in, and there would be like a bed downstairs where the Frankenstein monster maybe would be built on or something, or like doing surgery on, I don't know. Now, of course, they can look down to the dance floor, which is something that I always really like. And upstairs, there's, of course, a little apartment for Dr. Frankenstein himself. Maybe it's Mrs. Dr. Frankenstein. I've never thought maybe she's female. That would be so cool. I think I'm going to do her a cast. That would be really cool. Yeah, just write me down. Maybe is Dr. Frankenstein female, or is she he? Is she male or female? What's your preference here? But I actually think it's cool, or sends a nice message that also scientists can be female, in my opinion. But yeah, so upstairs, of course, there's a kitchen, a bathroom, a little like place to work on, like with a computer, for example, a bed. It's like very minimalistic and loft-like. So this is what I'm going to do here as well, with lots and lots of pipes and everything. So there's like lots and lots of clutter on this whole build. It took me about 4 to 5 hours to build. And yeah, I really hope that you like it, guys. It's up on the Sims 4 gallery. You can download it there. It's called FRANKENSTEIN'S Lab on the Sims 4 gallery. Also, my EA ID is Simproved, so you can find me there, or this build especially easy. And yeah, this is basically it. This is third build for our San Myshuno world, and I really hope that you will do the vote on the name of our San Myshuno world. So please check out the link that I will put in the video description and also in the comments. And yeah, I really hope you like this creepy thing, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!